I'm about to take it to these niggas real HD, real high definition. You dig?
Should be good.
Yo, mic check, mic check.
2, 1.
4, 6.
Here we go. Couldn't just keep it. It's 2 mics.
Oh. Welcome to another episode of the High Def Podcast. I didn't get to introduce this podcast last week, so we're going to make sure that we do it right off back. This is another episode of the HD High Def Podcast. I believe this is episode number 8. Today's podcast is brought to you by High Definition Designs. That's High Def Designs. As you see, we stay in some high def apparel. Definitely go check out Etsy/shop/High Def Designs, and you can find all the merch, all the podcast merch up there. You can find a lot of other apparel up there. They do custom designs, so if you got an idea, you got a logo, and you want it on a shirt or on your laptop or on somebody's car or a pair of jeans or a hat, or the list goes on, definitely check that site out and send an email to them, and they'll hook you up. Shout out to Anchor, YouTube, Spotify, and any other platform that you find this podcast. But let's get to the episode. Of course, it's
In your own hands and bring a gun to work for safety, period.
These siblings are furious. Their brother, who police say was an armed robber, was gunned down by a store clerk. The pair acknowledges that he was wrong for Roosevelt Rapley to try and rob the Dollar General on North Gettysburg Avenue, but they say the clerk shouldn't have had a gun at work. Rochelle and Juwan Rapley say their younger brother, Roosevelt Rapley, was the second of 10 siblings killed by gunfire.
I still don't believe it. Like, at the end of the day, I don't believe my brother is dead. It ain't kicked in yet.
And they're furious about how it happened.
At the end of the day, that's not right.
Police say a Dollar General clerk shot and killed 23-year-old Roosevelt, who showed a gun and demanded cash Wednesday.
Witnesses indicated that the weapon was brandished and pointed at employees.
The siblings recognize their brother's wrongdoing,
He got some responsibility, but not all.
but they say that still doesn't warrant the clerk's actions.
Right and wrong is wrong. That was wrong for that clerk to shoot my brother in the chest. Yes, he's robbing y'all. Oh, well. Call the police. That's what y'all supposed to do. Y'all not supposed to take matters in your own hands. If that's the case, I'll take matters in my own hands.
Police say the clerk was legally allowed to have the gun. Meanwhile, officers are looking into the possibility Rapley may have been involved in several other commercial robberies.
She looking
She's sitting there stuttering like.
Is this shit serious, or is this a Maury episode?
First of all, I want to say rest in peace to that young brother. That's the most important part of the video. But this is about to be my new slogan. We about to get these jokes off. So, but definitely rest in peace to him. That's a very sad news at the end of the day. But what's wrong with our people, man?
Nah, I don't know. We gotta take responsibility.
Yeah, man. See, the shit like that be making us look bad.
Real bad.
And sound bad, and sound ignorant, and look ignorant. And I happen to look just like that bitch. You know what I'm saying? So then I come around the corner and they see me and it's like, oh, here go another one. Yeah, like, and it's sad that that's the case.
You're making us look bad as a unit.
For real, that's a fact. It's sad that that's the case, but let's first of all, now I'm sorry, y'all just gonna have to kill me on this one. It is what it is. It's how I speak. It's how I talk. Don't read too much into it. But this bitch, this bitch got the nerve to say, "Why did y'all shoot my brother?" And yeah, he went in there with a gun and tried to rob y'all, but you should have called the cops.
Yeah. So a man got a gun. Her brother had a gun to somebody's face.
I don't know. I'm sorry to cut you off. I don't know if that dude was black or white that shot him, but it don't matter.
It did not.
It don't matter. You went in there with the strap while he's at work. trying to make a living for his family or himself. You went in there with the strap and try to rob him. Now, granted, a lot of jobs is probably not worth defending the merchandise, especially if it's not yours. I understand that. But you pull a gun on me and I'm strapped. If I feel like I have the opportunity to protect myself, I am. And I want to say that's what happened. Like, he was at work, felt threatened at work, and had the opportunity to protect himself and did.
If you point a gun at somebody, expect to get shot, period. It's not that hard. Take the responsibility. Take that L. You lost. You won't quick draw McGraw that day. You lost. And I mean, hey, it's hard for her, whatever. Don't play those games. It's not hard. That won't the game for you. So
Let me play devil's advocate a little bit.
okay, go ahead.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Was the clerk at all wrong?
No. Hell no. No. Unless his job said he shouldn't.
Let me elaborate. I don't know the case. I could be wrong. I'm playing devil's advocate here because all you really heard was her ranting, and you heard a real basic description of what happened. You don't really hear the scenario. You don't know the details. So let me add my own details to it and give you a scenario and see if you still agree. I want to say that kid who was 21 or something like that.
21.
I want to say that young man, that he was an adult. That young man knew who he was robbing, not the individual, but it's a dollar store in his neighborhood. He probably know and goes there often.
Okay.
Right. So say that's the case,
Mm-hmm.
and the clerk, same thing, knows of this person, sees this person often. He gets in there, he pulls a strap out. I want the money, whatever he said, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say the clerk knew that either you was bluffing, you ain't gonna pull his trigger, say he knew that he had the upper hand. Say even though you pulling a gun out in my face, I got a gun and I got the upper hand because I know you ain't about that. If that's the case, is the clerk wrong?
Nope. I can't say that the clerk's wrong. No. The clerk was totally in his right. And if anything, if that's the case, if he knew that the guy wasn't about it, that guy gave him permission to go ahead and
pop his ass.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I don't think I would. If somebody got a gun in my face, because he said he shot him in the chest.
Yeah, he shot him in the chest.
So that means he was standing in front of him.
Yeah.
There was no retreat, which if y'all know the law, if you shoot a man in the back, regardless of what he did to you, you wrong. He could have slapped your mama.
Unless you're a cop.
That's a fact. You can shoot him anywhere you want if you're a cop.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're a legal gun owner like I am, or you got a concealed weapons permit like I do, you can't shoot. First of all, I don't want to go into it because there's a lot of laws. But at the end of the day, if you pull your gun out, you shoot to kill. So that's kind of this case here. You know, a dead man can't talk. So even if there was a scenario where this guy was wrong, the proof is he went in the store with a gun, he brandished it, meaning like he pulled it out, and the outcome was his life at the end of the day. So according to the law, it is what it is. Like I said, rest in peace to that young man. But I do think there might be a little bit of details to the story that we don't know that might play a little bit of case of how you view it. I think you're still right at the end of the day, though.
Yeah, I'm about to say his own sister said he went into the place to rob it.
Yeah.
So
how much money's in a
they got
dollar
his
store?
dessert. I think they carry quite a bit of cash before everything makes it to the safe. Hey,
The dollar store?
you see one on every block. They not making money.
No, but that's because they're buying shit for 10 cents and selling it for $1. That's 1,000% markup. So
Okay.
when you do that on a bigger scale over time, yeah, you're making a lot of money. And they're probably paying the employees pennies. So if you think about it from that standpoint, yeah, they're probably making money.
Yeah, look at the neighborhoods they're in too. They're paying probably got a lot more.
Yeah, you
people
go to the
paying
hood,
cash.
you see Dollar Generals. You
Yeah.
go to the nice neighborhood, you see Family
Dollar, Dollar Tree.
Big difference. Everything ain't $1. It's the same shit in the grocery store they got in there. So yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact. So anyway, let's segue into the first topic. First topic today, which is actually an old topic that we can't get to, but we're gonna start today with it. I like to call it social media validation. Do I need to elaborate what I'm saying?
Please.
All right, so when I say social media validation, I mean the validation that people get from social media and how they seek it, how they seek it, and when and if they do seek it, the outcome or response that they get from it is the validation, is what they. So, for example, I got an outfit. I got a cute outfit. Just spent a couple $100 on it. I'm feeling cute, looking cute. Or I think I'm looking cute. So yo, take this picture for me. I take 20 pictures, mad different angles, mad different areas, mad different lighting. I'm standing by your car, it ain't mine. You know, I'm doing all of this shit
Photo shoot.
for the validation. I want this photo to look great. So I do all of that. Post it out there. Why am I doing that? Why am I doing all of that? I'm putting filters on it. I'm making sure the angle's right, the lighting's right. Why am I doing all of that? For the validation. I want people to see this picture and I want them to like it. I want them to comment on it. I want them to show me I want them to show me that they appreciate what I put out there for them, so that I feel validated, that I feel happy about this, or I feel, you know, this is what I need. It's like, what's the word I'm looking for? But it's like feeding my ego. It's like,
that's exactly what it is.
yeah, but I can't. Well, I guess women have egos too. Yeah, so
Yeah.
It's basically like feeding my ego. So I think that's what social media validation is, and I think we live in a world today where that's all it's about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it's about, is social media validation. And I think it's not just us. And I'm not singling anybody out. Not women, not men, not black people, not white. The fucking media. The media needs social media validation. There's a story going out. Tekashi 6ix9ine, da-da-da-da, even though that was weeks ago. Bad example. But, you know, they jump on it. We jump on it. The Popeyes thing, they jump on it. We jump on it. Like, social media validation is a serious, it's a disease. Yeah, what you got to add to that?
Nah, I think people do it because everybody kind of wants to have some sort of popularity. Like you said, and it is a validation. They do look for those likes. I think some people look for those likes anyway.
What do you mean some people? That's the point of it.
That's the point.
Yes.
I don't know. Some people post up just so they can have that memory later on and compare stuff. Some people like to be known as the funny person.
Why would you post it and keep it in your phone? In case you lose your phone and you need another platform to keep it on?
I'm not gonna lie. I done found mad pictures that I can't find in
There's
phones.
Google, all them clouds, all of that. I ain't gonna hold you.
True.
Just a little off subject. I opened up one of my Google clouds from like years ago.
Yeah.
I found years ago worth of pictures. Like, shit that I done forgot about, and like they exist. But I mean, I don't think anybody posts a picture for no reason. You post it for the validation. Even myself, like I posted picture. Now I'm not saying I'm what's the word I'm looking for? Like everybody needs the validation. I think there's just levels to it. You know what I'm saying? I think the basics, when I keep it on the surface, the validation is the reason. I'm not saying it in a negative connotation on the surface. It becomes and has a negative connotation, I think that's the word. But on the surface, you're posting a picture to get validation. I want people to see this. I want people to appreciate what I'm appreciating, or what I think they would appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reason I posted. If not, I would keep it in my phone, or I would keep it in my album, or I would print it out and put it in an album. And when the last time, depending on who's watching this and how old you are, when the last time you seen a fucking photo album, a real one, that's not in your grandma's house? Or, you know, when's the last time you went and printed out some pictures and put it in a photo album or made a collage or
Nah, everything's digital.
people don't do that shit no more. So it's like, you do it for the validation. You do it for the likes. You do it for the, on the hate. Somebody might be hating or you want to flex on somebody that, you do it for that reason. It's still validation. You want people to feel that you are something you're not necessarily.
But what about those people that just put up stuff to encourage other people or to make somebody smile that day or laugh or put up stuff to give people more information? I don't think it's always a selfish motive or
be more specific, because
you see some pro-black posts where they put up things about things we weren't taught in history class here in school, but they actually did happen. And I mean, some of it is from an educational point of view. I don't think everybody up there is looking for validation. What they're doing is just trying to spread the word, because that's a good way to spread the word too, is on social media. So I don't think that's necessarily for validation as much as it is for education. I guess other people, some people just are natural empaths.
So if I'm to use your example, so if I'm posting some Black Power shit, or
it could be anything. Yeah.
I will give me a specific example of
right,
some Black history, something that.
So something, and this is just part of American history too. There was a place called Seneca Village back in before New York was really developed.
Mm-hmm.
That is now what is Central Park, but it was a whole village made of immigrants, Black immigrants, Native Americans, Chinese.
I hope you're factual on this, because people might look this up.
Yeah, and please do look it up, because that's what it was. It was somebody put up a post.
You just told me something.
It was a post and a meme that came up. I saw it, and then I went and I double checked it, or I looked it up.
Okay.
There's certain things in religious forms.
Let's stay there, because I want to combat that. So, who's to say that the person that's posting that ain't just trying to flex? Like, I know some information y'all don't. Especially y'all live in New York City. Y'all been there. Everything is New York, New York, New York. I bet you didn't know this.
I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say that there aren't people that do, but I think there are people that genuinely.
But that's a validation.
It is a validation.
I want you to know that I have this information and you don't.
I feel you, but
I'm gonna put it out there so you have it. But I'm only putting it out there because I'm letting you know that I had it and I'm giving it to you.
But I don't believe
because I could have just kept that information.
I don't believe that's the case for everybody. It's not fair to paint everybody under that same brush. Some people generally just want to educate people because they know not a lot of people.
So go be a fucking teacher.
In a way,
go talk on a panel and go promote something, and get the people who want the information to come to you. Don't just throw it on a platform so everybody can see it.
Why not?
How many times you see shit? This is kind of off subject. Somebody put some wild shit on the internet, and you like, well, I didn't even need to know that, or why did you know what I'm saying?
I mean, that happens. So you gonna run into that.
If you putting up some information like that about Central Park. What if somebody don't give a fuck? Or they like, yo, I didn't really need,
They don't, and there are those that don't, but then there are those, like myself, who's like, ooh, this is kind of interesting. Let me go and do some background checking on it. And when I looked at the background, it came up, and it was validated. And there's been things, I've seen some things in history museums and stuff like that. Some of the stuff I was already aware of. Some of the things and like I said, that's why I was going with the religious posts. There are people that post about their religion. Not everybody cares about certain religions.
Everybody feels differently about religion too.
True, they do. So those people that are in those religious sects, they're not putting out the information for validation. They're putting it out to try to spread their gospel, so to say,
or stir up some shit. So what if you feel a way about something and I feel a way about something, and we both see it on our timeline, and you give your opinion and I give my opinion? Oh shit, I didn't know Rob felt that way. I didn't know Star Walker felt this way about Trump. Or I didn't. So now you just created some tension or potential. Now I might not want to rock with Star Walker like that because I didn't know his views were that way. I didn't know. But now I know because you put some information out there that wasn't necessarily
true, and I get that, but I still don't think that it was originally posted for
the
poster to get validation. It was more to either create discussion or
write a fucking book. Why are you putting it out there on the internet if you're not looking or seeking some type of validation?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because how many people?
How about put out?
How many people you know that's gonna look on their phone before they actually pick up a book?
Everybody. That's the world we live in.
Exactly.
That's
so
not,
if
that's
the world,
that's a different argument.
No. If that's the world we live in, why would I go write a book when most of the people that are going to pay attention are already right here?
Because if you stop tapping the table, so because if you want everything is in a book. If you want the right information, it's going to be in a book or some type of a pamphlet or some type. It's not going to be.
These are the new books.
You're right. You're right.
These are the new. These are the new.
You're right.
Newspapers. These are the new.
All right.
News
So
centers.
I still think that at the end of the day, put it out there for some type of validation. I think you're actually taking the word and being that it kind of has a negative connotation to it. I think you're taking it that way, and it can, and I do kind of mean it that way. but not entirely, depending on the example you're giving. Like for your example that you're giving now, I don't think it fully has a negative connotation, but I still think the word validation is still valid when it comes to he was looking or she was looking for some type of feedback or some type of and that comes in the form of double taps, likes,
I just
and
don't,
comments.
I just don't want to paint that broad brush stroke over everybody for it. And that now what you're saying, I do believe there are a lot of there are people that get depressed because they put up stuff and don't get certain amount of likes.
Right.
So only 3 people like that.
That's a fact.
You know?
Let's stay right there.
All right.
You're being too positive right now. So
I'm positive.
so Instagram and Facebook and platforms where you're posting pictures and or
snapping
and writing stuff is people's highlight reels. Would you not agree? That's what I like to call it. People's highlight reels.
Yeah.
Because you're only going to see the good picture or the good background to people who know how to take a picture. Because I be looking through pictures and I see all type of wild shit. Like, don't take the picture in the fucking the toilet paper roll is showing and it's empty and like, you know what I'm saying?
It's
like
on the corner.
Yeah,
and
like
clothes in
pay
the floor.
attention, ladies and gentlemen, but especially ladies. Pay attention to the background. Don't take a picture and your fucking sink is dirty.
Nah, go ahead and take them pictures so we know exactly who you are.
That's a fact. Yeah. That's a fact. But it can go the other way too. You find that right angle, that right spot, and then you get there, and it's like this is not the same place that I seen that picture. Like, but it was that angle and the lighting and the you know.
There's so many filters out there now, though.
But anyway, get back to what I was saying. I think Instagram and Facebook and platforms like that is people highlight reels. You're only going to see the good pictures. You're only going to see the good moments. You're only going to see what they want you to see. You don't show the bullshit. You don't show the prep. Like, you don't show how many pictures it took to get that one picture you posted. So once you do all of that and you don't get the validation that you're seeking, motherfuckers be ready to blow their heads off, yo. Like, for real. Like, that's the world we live in. Like,
and those people need help and mental days.
It's more than
and all the other stuff they be talking about.
All right, well, see, me and you are a certain age. We didn't have all of this. Our validation growing up was being out in the street and getting the real validation. Like, you know what time it is with Star Walker, or you know what time it is with High Def, or I remember hearing about other people from different towns, and we might all link up one place.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that
you got a rep.
Oh, that's Star right there.
That was a rep.
You know what I'm saying? So like that was different. But now the streets is the fucking is the internet. That's the streets now.
Yeah.
So, you know, so with that being said, the validation is more important on these platforms because that's your rep. Your rep is who you.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I ain't bugging, right?
No.
Okay. All right. Like, I mean, so when you're a certain age, I'm a millennial. I forgot what these motherfuckers now is called. Y'all niggas is crazy. Like, them young motherfuckers that with the, I ain't gonna say because I love y'all, but y'all wild. the generation that's after the millennials, that's what I'm talking about.
I looked that up.
Yeah, them guys. So They grew up on this. That's their validation. They're from the internet. They're from this. Like, y'all have no idea what it was to get the disc in the mail that said AOL 1.0. I got the new one. I got the 2.0, son. Like, and then that I'm gonna make the noise somehow. But the AOL noise, like, y'all know nothing about that. And y'all know, this is going on a tangent. They don't know shit about fucking, yo, don't pick up the phone. I'm on the internet.
Yeah,
like, yeah, that shit'll cut you. Ain't no internet. Like, so anyway. But that generation, this is all they know.
Yeah.
This is their world. Like, this is their validation. This is so their highlight reels are important. Their validations are important, especially if you're in school.
But you know what? And it's funny that you say that. Just what you said, that kind of goes back to my point from earlier. I'm going to go back to it for just a second. That's one of the things I saw even with my children. Like, say, my daughter. She's on social media. So because I know she's on social media and that's how they interact, I make sure that the page she's friends with me on, I post mostly positive things. I post mostly stuff that's up.
She's smart. She's smarter than you on that shit.
Who? What do you mean she's smarter than me on that?
That's that. Like I'm saying, this is what they do. You know how? Yo, when I
I
want to know something, I go to a little motherfucker or young. Like, yo, how you do this?
No, I don't.
They know.
I'm not saying that I don't know what's going on, or I don't know that she's into certain. She don't know that I can actually follow some of the things that she likes and the people that she's following and stuff like that.
Know.
Yeah, but they don't think about it because it's so secondhand to them. It's not one of those things where it's like constantly on their mind. Like me, we come from a generation where we had to cover our tracks because we had Columbos as parents. So it's like I look at these kids, they can't even really get away with nothing crazy because they stupid. They put everything online. So if I really want to know what's going on with my daughter, I can just look online and see, she posting up. Oh, I had to tell her one time, don't let people know. She was like sitting at home by myself bored. Oh, you don't never tell nobody that.
That's a fact.
And that was that opened up for a real life conversation for us. However, I had to look at it from her point of view too. This, like you said, this is the world they live in. This is what they know. Mm-hmm. So if this is what they know, I got to show her this side of dad too, where I'm putting in positive quotes. We got to be smart about our money. We got to do things. And most of the stuff I post, I have her in mind. If not her, other people that I'm trying to encourage, but mostly her. And that's on that particular account. Now I got a whole nother account where it's all adult.
That's a fact.
And that's it. And I don't try to accept no friends with kids.
So you agree what I'm saying about the validation is real?
Yeah, I do agree that the validation
it does exist, whether you're purposely doing it or you're not purposely.
Oh yeah, it definitely exists.
So let me turn it up a notch before we get off this subject. So being that the validation is real, it's a fact, and if y'all want to argue it, comment, email, like that's fine, because I have way more points to get to. I just don't want to drag this on no longer. But so being that it is a real thing, do you think it can get to the point where it's bigger than us personally validating each other as far as like the street goes, or like, oh, he's somebody, or he's important, or
it's already moving in that direction. It's already moved in that direction. Look at Tekashi 6ix9ine. Y'all gave validation to a Rainbow Zelda looking leprechaun joker with gold teeth, rainbow hair, looking like Tekashi. A still. Yeah, exactly. But
I didn't say he was what he said he is.
Okay, but
I just said I like Tekashi.
What's the start of becoming familiar or becoming popular? It's you have to like the person first, right? They even teach that in the Art of War. That you have to gain kind of a popularity.
That's not exactly where I was going with it.
I know it's not where you're going with it, but at the same time, look how many people gave him validation about things that he talked about.
Okay, you know what?
And now they're coming back.
Yeah, you're actually
really
right.
going on.
What you're saying is gonna. You're right. Let's keep that thought.
All right, go ahead.
So if the validation I meant, say you're I got 500 followers. Say like your follower count equaled up to a credit score.
Oh,
that's where I'm going.
We on the Black Mirror joint.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with it. Say it equaled a credit score. So with what you're saying with Tekashi, his credit score would have fucking spiked out of nowhere. Like, and it's like, whoa, how come that's what I mean now.
But
like,
we are technically almost there. Think about it. All those people that got all those likes and followers. My bad. Tap the table. But all those people that got all those likes and followers, after a certain amount, they start making money off of that. There's certain advertisers.
Yes and no. You have to know how to monetize it. That's like having talent and then having talent with a manager.
I agree.
But
if people see, if those managers, they're like anybody else, they're headhunters. So if they see somebody gaining popularity, they're not going to slide in your DM and be like, hey, look, bro, I can get you paid off of this. All I need is a percentage, blah, 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 blah. That's what they're supposed to do.
There's still a big... You're right. Most people will take a check if a check's coming, but there's a lot of people who's scared of the check too.
So all I'm saying, we're already at monetizing it. It's already building a type of credit, not the credit we're used to.
Okay, so if you're agreeing with what I'm prophesizing, why not make that a priority at this point?
I don't think we have to try to. I think it's naturally becoming, it's already evolving into that because of the things we do. What's the first thing you do when you wake up? Pick up your phone. And there's not too many people that can say that they don't. Even people that don't.
I wanted to say I don't so bad,
but
honestly I do because my alarm goes off, and after my alarm goes off, I turn on the radio station that I listen to. So I don't jump on IG or Facebook or anything like that.
I do.
I don't get. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't get on IG till I get on the toilet. That's when I'm at that. I really don't have, me personally, I don't have a lot of time to sit with my phone, and because I know what it'll do. It'll bring me into a wormhole, and next thing you know, I'm
4 hours later.
Yeah, and I'm in, indulging all this stupid shit I'm listening to. I'm sharing shit. I'm saving shit. So I know what that could do. And then so I don't really open certain apps till I know I could pay attention to those apps because I know what they could do to you. That's me personally. But
I haven't been that disciplined.
I wasn't always that person. I wasn't always that person. So I definitely understand being able. I see my kids do it. Like I give my kid a phone and they know how to operate it now. And the wormhole that they go through, like watching them,
it's like us when we used to watch MTV and. Well,
it's worse. It's definitely worse.
I don't know. I used to be glued to the TV.
And
then when we got Nintendo,
it was like a Matrix now. Them guys who created them shits is brilliant. They know, I forgot. There's something in our phones that it's like a magnet. It makes you want to stay engaged to the screen.
No, but yeah.
Like there's and it's still there. It's probably intensified.
Yeah.
On top of the apps, on top of everything else that these phones do. But I think we went all over the place, bro. But
I think it kind of ties into it because, like you said, people are addicted to their phones. They're addicted to validation. They're addicted to social media.
So going back to my question, why not make that a priority? If we know that now, why not make my what do I want to call it? My
persona,
my social status. Via social media higher. Like, why wouldn't I make that a priority? Like, I need to be more popular, or I need to get more likes when I post a picture, or I need to, why isn't that? I think that's how all these young motherfuckers think.
I was about to say, I think there are already people that do. It's
I think it's a generation that's like, that's all right. You're right, but there's a generation that's all they know.
How many women our age that's always showing themselves in tight fitted dresses or
majority of them?
But I'm saying our age.
Oh, our age?
Yeah. Or even close to our age.
That's a way lower number.
It's a lower number, but it's still a pretty high number.
In
comparison.
Yeah.
Think about for instance, when we were younger, teenage young men coming up, how hard was it to see a girl in her panties or in her drawers?
That's a fact.
Nowadays,
you don't even
who has a Playboy magazine? You know how hot you were if you had a Playboy magazine?
That's a fact.
You don't need that no more because they throwing everything out there. Why you think strip clubs still make money? Don't get me wrong. However, who really needs to go to one when you can just go on your phone and be like, I got it. I ain't got to go nowhere.
Yep,
It's
everything
there.
is right there. Yeah, everything is right there in front of you.
So, I mean, I think we are kind of at that point where people do hold it to a high standard. It's just not for everybody. There's still some people that
Hold what to a high standard?
their social media, their persona,
yeah, of course,
all that.
of course.
Yeah. I mean, there's some people that were just made
But
off.
that's why I call it the highlight reel. Because if you didn't, you would show the behind the scenes. You would show other things than shit that you've pictured and framed and wrapped up and then put out there.
Yeah.
Like you're presenting me this because it's fucking wrapped up in, like, that's what you did. Like you created this persona of this image and you wrapped it up real nice with the pictures and the angles and the, you know what I'm saying? And now you're presenting it to me. And now after you present it to me, you want validation. You want me to say, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's you're
thank you.
unveiling your
like,
masterpiece, your piece of art. I
right.
get that.
That's what I'm saying. So,
And I do think that's true. I think a lot of people do that. And I also think
I think we all do that. I do that.
just because you do it, doesn't mean we
but
all do it.
but not consciously.
I do.
Not consciously. You're gonna take a picture, Rob Star. You're gonna edit that. You're gonna take a picture, right? And you're gonna look at it and I don't like that picture.
See, but I'm different.
I ain't putting that out. I might not put that out there.
If you go on my
And it
website-
might be the right moment. It might be the moment you actually need it, but the pitch, I gotta redo this moment. I gotta redo it. That's crazy.
This is why I say I can't really say everybody can do it because I don't. I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum.
I don't believe you.
I don't put a lot of pictures on my social media of myself. If you do, it's very rare, or you see something with me and maybe my kid. That's it. But
You know what?
It's
You know
rare.
what?
I don't even put pictures
I'm
of
not gonna
my
lie.
kids
I'm
up
not
there
gonna
like
lie.
that.
I believe you. Because you be taking some terrible pictures and putting them out. I believe
That's it. And I don't care nothing about it.
I be like, yo, why you put this picture?
Because I don't do
You're
nothing
right.
for validation.
You're right. That's
I'm
a
doing
fact.
it, yeah.
That's a fact.
I do it, and usually I put
so
a joke up.
So you're the person I need to talk to. When it becomes a fucking credit score, how you gonna act?
He said when it becomes a credit score,
Yeah, how you
I'm
gonna
gonna
act?
play it like I play the credit score. I'm gonna get some people to fix that joint so I can get what I need. I'll hire a social media manager or whatever I need to do.
Alright, let's get off this. I got a question for you.
Alright.
I heard this on a podcast the other day. I was like, damn, that's a good question. I haven't even figured out exactly how to answer it, but I am after you. I'm gonna wing it. But what are the benefits of dating you? How do you sell yourself? What's the benefits of dating yourself? Not dating, you know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
What's the benefits of dating you? And I guess what's
awesome.
Hold on, what's the opposite? What's the opposite?
Opposite of dating me?
No, the opposite.
Failure.
The opposite.
Failure. You lost. You lose. You get nothing.
The opposite of benefits.
So
like, what are the benefits and
guess
what are the
cons.
cons? Yeah, what
Yeah.
are the cons?
All right, pros and cons. Even though I'm in a relationship, so I'm not dating. So
Okay,
but
the
pros
benefits
of being
could be
with
changed.
me.
I mean,
yeah. Pros of being with me. When I love hard. So I go hard for who's with me. See, that's why
Man,
I
I'm
take my
listening.
answer. But I do that, and I care about who I'm with, and I'm always trying to make sure whoever's with me on my team, around me, I try to make sure that they get the best, because I need the people around me to be just as successful as I am. That's a benefit. I usually put others first. Now, I've learned in recent years that sometimes that doesn't always work. I do have to put myself first quite a bit in order to get things done. But at the same time, my first instinct is to make sure everybody around me is good. And I make pretty babies. I make awesome pretty babies.
I got the same question for both of the things you just said.
Go ahead.
How do you sell that?
How do I sell that?
Yeah, how the fuck does anybody know that? You saying like the aftermath or how do you sell that? If those are the benefits, how do you sell that?
First of all, I'm a guy. I don't sell myself. What I do is I sell my interest in you. That's as a woman. That's it. I learned that early on.
Now he trying to sell dick on the pod.
Now we trying to sell
yeah, because that was a line.
That wasn't a line.
That was
That's
a
true.
bar.
You asked me how do I get him interested. I'm telling you how I got him
I ain't
interested.
asked you that.
I said, what'd you ask me?
What are the benefits of dating Star Walker?
I just told you the benefit.
You started.
I
fucking,
put,
you started
I put women
yeah,
first.
so you know.
Because he ain't got no answers.
I got some answers. They gonna be like that. I mean, I'm gonna keep it real.
I usually put my woman first.
Okay.
You know,
That's
I
a
treat
fa-
them nice.
that's a
I like
fact.
taking them out. Let's see.
All right. How about elaborate? What you mean you like to take or put your women first? What's that supposed to mean?
Like I make sure that they're good first. You know, when it's time to.
Give me an example. Like
you gonna let me
are you
finish, or
are
you gonna
gonna-
keep talking over me? Don't drink it, Cass. We gonna keep that slow. Matter of fact, that's gonna say
The
my
best-
shirt.
the
That's,
best
I'm gonna
part.
get that shirt. But anyway, when I say I put them first, if it comes down to it, for one, I'm a very simple guy. I don't need a lot. So, for instance, my relationship that I'm in now, when it came time to look for a home, I told pick out what you want, get what you like. I don't really need too much other than a master bath room with my own toilet and a nice kitchen where I can cook. That's it. That's all I really need. You pick out everything. I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
You said a master bath and a place where you can cook.
Yeah, I cook, bro. I throw
I
down.
mean, I cook too. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
I mean, she can cook too, but I burn, bro.
So you doing the majority of the cooking in your house.
Most of the time. Lately, I haven't been though.
I can see why you probably would more than anything, but going.
Oh, that's another thing. That's a
going
benefit
in-
of being with. I feed you good. Some of y'all skinny chicks, come get with this. Get a little thicker.
You can't. So you go selling it. You can't keep doing
Why
it.
can't I sell it? It's a benefit. If I'm supposed to tell you the benefits, I'm supposed to sell it.
His wifey. I'm not co-signing his. I'm just.
She know what it is. How you think she got it?
Yeah. I just.
She got wrangled in. I told her what it was.
Anyway. All right. Is it my turn?
Yeah, whenever you're ready. Oh, the cons of dating me? My cutoff game
Oh,
is
yeah, yeah,
strong.
what's that?
Yeah, let me go ahead and get through the cons. I can be an asshole. Like, I talk shit a lot. Sometimes to my own detriment. I like to pick, play, I joke. So if you ain't got tough skin, it's probably not a good thing. I'm proud of the one I'm with. She's come a long way because it wasn't easy when she first met me, and I know it. And now she can shoot them back just as quick as I give them. I love her for it. Another con.
There you go.
I work a lot. I work a hell of a lot, and I don't mind. So when I get to the grind and I get zoned out, it's easy for me to go into oblivion on everything else and just zone out and go for the task I'm going for. And me having that balance, my balance is off. I'm not gonna lie. It's usually really hard one-sided. Now I can break it up and go really hard at this thing one day, go really hard at this thing the next day, and go really hard. And I think it's okay, but sometimes she might be left out in the cold. That's a con, but I'm working on that. That's something. But a pro is I do recognize that, and I work towards that to try to still make everything cool.
So those are all very good answers. What I'm not gonna ask you
Go ahead.
is I'm not gonna ask you what's the percentages of those things you say, because that could change everything you just said.
Well, honestly,
I ain't gonna
it
ask.
changes
I ain't
daily.
gonna ask that
It changes daily, truthfully.
because it could be like 90-10, it could be 40-60. It could be,
I
it's,
told you my balance off. I'm working on it.
yeah. I didn't think about that question until you said that. I'm like, damn, he's right. So like, he could be all in all the time and kind of.
Yeah, nobody.
Well, he could be the opposite.
Yeah.
He could be really all in them other things, but that little 10%, I'm gonna give all the that might not, yeah. And I think now that you said that, I think that's where I used to fall.
Okay.
I think if I was to agree with the same exact pros and cons of dating me, as you said, that balance thing is the most important thing that you just said. I think I'm stealing that one. So
I think that's more guys anyway.
yeah, I think that's important. So let me give you my pros and cons.
Alright.
The cons right off back will be balance, because that's a good one. But the pros of dating high def. Shit, you can get this dick and this butt. No, I'm just kidding.
I knew that was coming.
Nah. Let's see. Pros of dating. I never thought about that. Like when I even heard the question, I was like, damn, that's a good question. I never thought about that, and I still really haven't. So this is dead ass on the fly. The pros of dating me would be, I think if I am dating you, I really like you. I think that I don't know how to say that, I guess, but I think if I want to call it, if I label it, just like in the last episode, I was like, you want labels? If I'm labeling it that, dating right off bat, I think that says a lot. I think so that's so if I am dating you, you're gonna get my
Best.
yeah, you're gonna get my undivided attention to a certain extent. I think the only thing that's gonna take my attention off you is me and whatever I got going on, like whether it be work or my kids, and I think that's where the balance comes in at, like you were saying. So like, depending on what I got going on, unless you're right in front of me, see that plays a different role too. I haven't had like a living girlfriend or living dating situation in a while, so that dynamic plays a role.
It does.
So if we're staying on like we're not staying together, like, and I don't mean like I sleep over your house, you sleep over my house. I mean like we're not staying together. You're gonna get my undivided attention when I can give it to you. And I think that is a pro. I think they might not feel that way because they're gonna want all of it all the time.
In some ways,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
and I can't give anybody that. I can't give my kids that. I can't give myself that. So it's like I can't give you that. So
For one, I don't think it's fair, and this is I don't know if this is gonna get me in trouble or not. I don't think it's fair
Edit
to
point.
put out. I think you can put this out there. I don't think it's fair to place that responsibility of wanting or somebody else giving you all of their time all the time. And
what if I want that?
it's not fair to her. It's not.
It's not. But that's the same thing. But that's what they're gonna want.
That is what a lot of them
you know
want.
what I'm saying?
But there is an old adage, and it says absence makes the heart grow fonder. I do believe that because when you're with the same person over and over, and those same women who want to be up under you all the time or be with you all the time, they're also the same women that get sick of your ass all the time too. And they start picking apart all the things that get on their nerve that you have, the qualities that you have that just irk them all the time.
What are you saying? I don't know if I'm co-signing what you're saying right now.
What I'm saying is that sometimes a little bit of separation is good. Right now, there's quite a few people.
What do you mean separation?
You don't need to be together all the damn time.
As far as like physically together.
Physically.
Not
together.
like in a relationship together.
No, in a relationship. If you're in a relationship, you're in a relationship, but you still need to have your own individual space too. You need to have your times where you're not what's the word I'm looking for? You're content with being by yourself or with yourself for a little bit of time during the day or a couple of days, even a couple of days. You know what I'm saying? And,
Absolutely.
And that is I think that is a con of being with me. Is I've never had a problem being by myself. I've been solo before, and I'm okay with it. So when I am okay with it, sometimes I don't see that she actually needs some attention. But I do say this also, and I give these disclaimers. Let me know if you need it. I have no problem giving you what you need, but I need to know because sometimes I am oblivious to it.
Yeah, communication is very important.
Huge.
Communication is key.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest things. I think I over communicate, and I think that's part of my issues, and
some
that's
things
one of
get
my
lost in
flaws.
translation.
Yeah, I think that's one of my cons. I think I over communicate. I think I know that communication is so important that I personally over communicate, which I'll tell you some shit that it's pointless to even tell you, and
it's lost in the sauce.
It's gonna make me look terrible, and depending on how I say it in the moment, it's gonna make it even worse. So it's like, I think I personally over communicate. That is definitely one of my cons. AKA like I'm too blunt and too upfront, and I really don't give a fuck. So like I'll say some shit that comes from an honest place, but it comes across as possibly arrogant, and it can hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
You know, and those aren't my intentions. You know what I'm saying? My intentions are to be honest and blunt, so that, you know, in the worst case situation, I'm still gonna be honest and blunt. That's how my brain operates. So
yeah, and our brains do operate different from the women would. There's no doubt about that. And like I said, that's why we need each other. For one, I think we bring balance to each other.
Yep, 100%.
Because
100%. My crazy ass needs something to balance me out, because I'm not off the rail. I'm here.
Right.
But I need somebody to keep me here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that takes a strong-minded person, especially with me. I'm nuts.
Yeah.
But it takes a strong-minded person to be able to balance the male ego out.
Well, see, and I'm the type of person, I'm constantly thinking. I always got something going through my mind. It's like, I call it the Scrollodex. It's like it just keeps rolling. So it works good that I'm with who I'm with, because she's very focused. She gets on one thing, and we need to handle it, and we need to handle these things in order. So even though I got all these things running around in my mind, and yeah, I'm gonna get them done, she brings a sense of order to it. So we work well together. We complement each other really well. So
That's a fact. All right, let's segue into the last topic that I have of the day. Got another question for you. This is a good one. Hold on, let me make sure I word this right. Do you tell your man or girl, this is for y'all too, I'd like y'all to answer this question.
these your friends, your peeps.
Yeah, do you tell your man or your girl that you saw his or her man or girl out and about with someone they ain't had no business with?
Yeah, I'm stingy. I'm getting video confirmation and everything. It might be on social media before I even call you, just so you can't come back at me and say that I did something, or nah, man, you bugging.
You telling? Hold on.
But we dudes though.
You telling your man?
Yeah, I'm telling my man
that you seen his wife in the club?
God, yes. Yo, bro, wait, what's going on? Was you at the club the other night? Cause I seen Shorty.
Hold on, how you telling?
Yeah.
How you?
Bro, was you at the? Just what I'm saying.
You gonna call your man and say,
yeah. Hey, bro, y'all good? Y'all good? Y'all, you doing all right? How the kids? I was just curious. You know, I'll be honest. It messed me up when I was younger, and I saw this lady who I used to go to my church. And I seen her out with this dude that was not her husband at the restaurant. And I froze up, and I was like, ooh, and I was real cool with the guy too. And when I saw it, I froze up. I kept walking. I was at the restaurant with my uncle, and my uncle knew them too. So I kept walking. Finally, I couldn't hold it in no more. We get in the car. I'm like, oh,
how old
man,
are you?
lady, I was at this time, I'm like 14,
okay,
15. I was old enough to know.
Yeah.
So we get in the car. I'm like, oh, I think that was me. He's like, yeah, I thought it was her too. I thought that was her. I don't know what's going on. He started talking.
I don't want no more questions from your ass. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know
Just let it go. And it was like, but it always, I don't know. I felt some kind of way about not going to talk to. I mean, this guy, the guy that I knew, he was kind of a mentor.
Let me bring it a little closer to home. Your brother.
I'm definitely telling him.
Yeah, that was a bad example.
Yeah, I'm definitely telling him. My brother, my best friend.
I know you telling him. I ain't got nobody. I know you telling me.
Now, exactly.
Alright. You
better tell me.
I don't agree with you.
Well, you better tell me. What? You got the video? Yeah, send that to me, because I need to go ahead and get this straight.
There's not a reason I'm asking this question. This is random.
Yeah, you better tell me. What's going on here?
Alright, look. me? You tell me, Reese?
I'm gonna be sitting in the corner in the dark when she get home tonight too. Rocking.
I ain't telling. I'm not telling. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm not telling. And damn, you just messed my whole shit up because I want to use you as an example.
You better tell.
Alright, fuck it. I'm using you as an example.
Don't be having me out here with shit all on my face.
That's a fact. No, that's some real shit. That's definitely some real shit. Don't have me out here looking stupid. I agree with you on that.
All right.
I agree with you on that, 100%. Don't have me out here looking crazy. But I'm gonna tell you why I've never been in that position. How about that? And if I was right now, I want to say I'm not telling because of this. I'm a disclaimer right there. I want to say if I tell my man that I seen his queen out and about doing some shit or acting like she ain't got, like, even if it's confirmed, yo, such and such out there with you know, if the reason why I wouldn't tell is because it's gonna fuck up my relationship with you.
Nah, then we ain't that cool.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, you going back, you gonna go, even if you don't confirm it, you gonna approach her, you gonna be on some shit, you gonna stay with her. And you gonna hate me. Oh man, why? Man, he lying. Don't believe what he said. That you gonna believe her over me at the end of the day.
Yeah, okay. No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna investigate, and
you gonna believe her over me at the end of the day.
What kind of brothers you got other than me?
I'm just. You gonna believe her over me at the end of the day. That's what I believe. So I'm not telling. Because that's gonna ruin our relationship.
Well, you know what? If it ruin our relationship, because I tell you, yeah, it's just gonna be ruined. Cause I'm gonna tell you, I think for one, we supposed to be stronger than that. I ain't telling you. I don't want to get with you, girl. I don't want to. I'm trying to look out for you, nigga.
That's a fact. But I'm saying that, like, that's your queen though. So like, if she gets the best of you, you gonna think twice about your man. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I have been in that situation now I think about it. So
you personally,
my man was dating this chick. She was a little loosey-goosey, whatever. One time we were hanging out, chilling. It was actually me and one of her girls. It was me, her, and one of her girls. We ended up in the same spot, same time, whatever. So we all chilling, we hanging out, doing what we do. I don't know what happened. We got talking, people talking reckless. I was actually talking to a girl, but my man's girlfriend came up to me and we started kissing. Yeah, crazy. So I'm like, I'm shocked. And then it's like at the time it was like I didn't think about it, but it was like, oh shit, this is my man girl. So it was kind of like I backed up. Then the other girl, she was trying to get in on the action too. I don't know if it was in a competition type thing or whatever was going on. Yeah, this is young and wild days. So when that happened, I went afterwards, like a couple days later, I see my man's. I was like, yo, bro, you might not like this or whatever, but I'm just.
So you told him yourself?
Yeah, I told him myself. First of all, what you're not gonna do is have somebody else come and tell you that I was doing such and such and such with your girl and blah blah blah. That was that. So
you're braver than me.
Yeah, I told him. I was like, yo, you need to tell your girl, hey, this is what happened. I did do such and such.
I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Ain't none of that shit happened. Like,
I did such and such and such. She was there. And I just want to let you know, brother, because it ain't cool. Like I said, but we also had a different type of code. It was like, yo, if your girl stepped to me, we've always talked about that since we were young. If your girl come to me and she come on to me and things go down, I'm gonna let you know.
How you gonna do it and tell? What kind of shit is that? If you know, if your man's girl come up to you, if your man's girl come up to you and she bad and she on you and you been on it, but that's my man's girl. And she start kissing you, grabbing your shit. She start, and you rock with it, right? Y'all both fucked up, whatever. Yeah. Like, you telling?
Yeah, because she ain't shit, nigga. You deserve better. That's still my man.
You, what?
Matter of fact, I saved you a bullet.
Man.
I just saved you a bullet. Yes.
Nah, I think I would be mad at that. I would be like, you should have kept that shit to yourself. Like,
But you know what?
Don't
If you
tell
get
me
mad-
that
Nah,
shit.
I'm telling you.
If you got with my queen,
So you don't want to know.
I'm telling in your scenario that we just painted. If you got with my queen, right, which I don't have one. If I had one, when I had one, whatever, you get with my queen. You don't fucking tell me what kind of bull, what kind of shit is that? Like,
Because I fucked up, guys. First of all, yeah.
I ain't saying that. Goddamn,
So
you got
see.
no. I ain't saying.
So this the one you keep away from your significant other.
You just said you got with
What?
if. So
At
I'm
least,
the one.
at least you know.
would you keep doing it?
Afterwards?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Even though you told he stayed.
Oh, if he stayed?
Yeah, you told he stayed.
Oh, I'm definitely not doing it again, but I'm definitely looking at you funny then.
What's
though.
the point of not doing it? You got free. It's right there.
Because
Everything is.
all I can do
I'm
is lead
doing
you to the
it
water.
again.
It's on you if you
if
gonna drink.
if I'm him, and I fuck his queen, then it's no, never mind. I ain't saying it like that. All right, if I'm his man, right, and his man got a girl, and I fuck his man's queen, right, and I tell, which I would never do, right, and I tell him, yo, we was drunk. My bad. It is what it is. You can dead our relationship. And he stays, and we still cool, or we not cool, whatever. And she comes to me again. Why the fuck wouldn't I do it again? You serious? Why not?
I don't got that on my system. I'm different.
I ain't saying do it all the time. I'm saying when you want to do it, it's doable.
Repetition becomes a habit. I'm good now.
Oh my gosh.
I know she ain't shit now.
God, I don't know what the fuck I done said in the last 30 minutes. It's probably some good content. I might have to edit and chop some shit out, but you know what? I gave y'all, right now it's an hour. I don't know how long it's going to be after I chop this shit up. But I gave y'all a lot of time. I'm not as important enough for y'all to listen to for a whole hour, unless you want to hear what I want to say, which there's some people out there that...
Hey man, give us our validation,
Yeah.
our likes, our loves, our shares.
Yeah, man, look out, man. This takes some effort to do. This takes some time to do, and you can support by watching and liking and subscribing. And if you really want to support, you can hit Etsy/shop/High Def Designs, and you could buy some apparel. I'm actually gonna show y'all some hot shit in this episode that y'all can support and rock to. But this has been another episode of the High Def Podcast. I am High Def. This is Star Walker, and we out of here.
All right.
It's a good one.
You better tell me, nigga.
What? Tell you. Oh.
I'm about to take it to these niggas real HD, real high definition. You dig?